Welcome to the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with the support you need to finish your book. Best part is, after you finish your book, they take care of the entire publishing and marketing process 100% for you. So, if you want to become a successful author, make sure to check out authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today, I have Guryan Tighe with us. She's the CEO of FOURAGE, which is focused on developing leaders of integrity, brand efficacy, and community building. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tyler. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you on. So, Guryan, let's dive into the first question. The first one I got for you is, what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
So years ago, I felt pulled to go through coaching and leadership training programs. At the time, I found myself repeatedly telling peers I wasn't interested in being a coach. I just wanted to see what skills were being taught and what I could learn. And I truly had no intention of becoming a coach at that time. But fast forward years later, and I ended up building a business which calls for me to be an executive coach. So it was a good thing I had that skill set on the ready. And the lesson was trusting in the journey. Hindsight has so much information for us.
And what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
So I believe what divides us as a people is fear, which can actually be the bridge that unites us. If you look at communities, they're based in commonalities. All human beings have the same basal fears. And if we reframe our relationship with fear, I believe it's an access point to both our truth and connection.
And what is your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Yeah, it still has to do with community. I think community is everything. If you build it upon pillars of trust, transparency, and what's key is shared agendas, it can be the gateway to collective empowerment.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Bring your focus to the questions, not the answers.
And in your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
Perspective. I think we're at choice. We may not choose every circumstance we find ourselves in, but we can choose how we navigate and perceive it. And with gratitude and curiosity, learning opportunities are plentiful.
And what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
Into the Magic Shop by James Doty. He was the founder of the Center for Compassion and Altruism at Stanford. He outlines what he refers to as the alphabet or the heart, which are guiding principles to live by.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. That was by Viktor Frankl. And it actually just supports kind of perspective and choice if we're aware of our process as we go through it.
Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on. The last one I have for you before we let you go is, where is the best place for our audience to find and connect with you online?
Yeah, it's fourage.biz, and that's spelled Fourage.
Perfect. Thanks again for coming on.
Thanks, Tyler.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.